Right, okay, I'm going to be working on a job I've never worked on before. So the first thing I'll do is I'll go into my playbook within Poetry. I click Create. This is a design job. It's an industrial designer and it's based in Birmingham. I click Select All Playbook Assets, and let me just get my stopwatch ready. I click Build Playbook. So there's a Boolean string I can use to find candidates on Google. It's now building a brand advert that I could use if I'm using Adway, or I'm just doing a campaign directly on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. It's now building out candidate interview templates. You can, at the admin level, choose what types of candidate interviews you need for the different teams and jobs. It's now building a conversation guide, which is like an elevator pitch or something like that. There's a lot of different, again, configuration options you've got for that. It's built email copy just there if I'm doing a CRM campaign or sending out individual emails. It's now contextualizing my company's EVP for what would an industrial designer find most appealing. Now it's building out a job advert. I want to post that on Indeed or LinkedIn or wherever it might be. It's now creating a job description if I don't already have one. Again, lots of options for templating on this, so they're all consistent with the kind of your brand and your templates. Next, it's building kickoff meeting template. So that's for my hiring manager meeting. It's explaining what I need to get from that meeting and why those questions and that information is important. Now it's creating the landing page copy. So if I'm using something like Clinch, for example, then I might need some copy for a landing page related to this job. And now it's building out objection handling responses. So for example, my company does something that's perceived to be quite boring, or we're not considered to be the best payers or something like that. What's the standard kind of responses that we've got as a business to that? It's now building research. This is talent intelligence. It's like, what's my company's? It's built out 22 pieces of research around the demographics and what's the job all about and all that type of thing. It's built out a social media post. It's now creating the personas for what's this kind of person, like what's the typical talent persona for this individual. And the last thing it's doing is building out an image, which you may or may not choose to use. If your company's got quite strict brand guidelines, you'll probably just add your own images in here and Poetry will draw from that. So that was 2 minutes and 34 seconds. So here's the industrial designer based in Birmingham. Now let's take a look at the assets in here. So I'll go into my kickoff meeting first. Here's the questions I need the answers to and why. Research. What's the typical traits of companies that hire for this kind of person? What are the types of companies that hire this type of person? Who are the employers for this kind of person in that location in Birmingham? What are the similar job titles to this? Which academic institutions in Birmingham offer courses for these people? What's our insights on the number of people doing this job and the job postings for this in Birmingham? What's the average salary for this job? And where does it come from, Glassdoor and PayScale? What's the main responsibilities for this kind of job? What are some known facts around job mobility in Birmingham? What are the 10 most critical issues and challenges that these people face? What is information around the growing job titles for this kind of thing? Average turnover rates, 10 to 20%, around 3 to 5 years. What's the growth projections for this kind of job? Some of the companies, the largest employers for this type of job, the 10 most essential skills, diversity split, talent mobility, latest trends around this job, commutable locations, the skills and the qualifications and certifications, demand and supply, significant trends. Here's my Boolean string. industrial designers in and near Birmingham. Conversation guide, elevator pitch, that type of thing. Objection handling, social media outreach. I mean, there's so much, of course. So I hope that's interesting. I mean, this is like your template for talent acquisition, quite honestly. I hope you like it.